If you feel lost right now, like you don't know who you are anymore, good. You're on the verge of becoming. This video is not going to be a quick fix, but it is going to give you clarity. It is going to help you find yourself again and tap back into that version of you that you know is powerful, that you know can do anything. We've all been here. And finding yourself, it often comes with pain, it often comes with suffering, but you have to go through this to start finding your truth. When you feel lost in life, you're actually finding your truth. And there's a process to it all. If you can embrace the process, it's going to be a lot smoother. This phase is going to be a lot faster. And even then, with speed, don't even put a time limit on it. There's so many times where I've been able to figure stuff out, in a sense, without even trying. There's a time in my life where I lost a whole studio. I was a personal trainer. I was trying to build this foundation with my business partner, and I just couldn't. Well, not that I couldn't, but after a year and a half of doing it, it came crumbling down. And I felt so lost. I felt like a loser. I felt like a failure. All these beliefs about myself were coming up. And maybe that's happening right now with you. Maybe there was a significant traumatic event that happened that led you here on purpose. You don't feel lost by mistake. Everything that's happening right now is on purpose, maybe even a higher purpose. It's okay if you can't see it. You're finding a new truth. You're finding a new you. Things have to crumble. They have to crumble. This is the only way that you'll be able to find yourself again. Now, I got my notes over here. You can't find yourself by clinging to who you used to be. That old version of you is not going to get you to where you want to be. The old version of me would be drinking a bottle of Bombay right now if I would have stayed where I was at. And how is that going to help me evolve? Well, this is old. Maybe you smoke too much. Whatever it is, how is that going to get you to where you want to be? You can't cling on to who you used to be. It doesn't serve you anymore. A lot of times when you go through these phases of life, you're going through an ego death. That sound relevant? Your old identity is starting to leave. How can you find a new one if you're still holding on to who you used to be? It's not going to happen. So this period is really a period of spiritual growth. And again, you're finding your truth, but you have to let go of who you used to be. It comes with a price. Also, this disconnection, it's the beginning of a deeper reconnection. Let me repeat that. This disconnection right now, maybe you don't feel connected to your higher self, to your spirit, is actually a deeper reconnection to remember who you are, the real you. But you have to get rid of some stuff. You have to let go of some stuff. You can't keep believing the same limiting beliefs about yourself and expect that that's going to help you get to the best version of yourself, who you came here to be. I had to let go so many times, especially working with Mother Ayahuasca, with plant medicine. And there was this version of me that I used to protect myself, to feel strong, because there was a part of me that felt weak. And it was an identity. It was a part of me that I would go to whenever little Roy, my name's Rogelio, little Roy would feel vulnerable or weak. And working with this plant medicine with ayahuasca, she told me, not even that. You can't even hold on to that identity, because that's still the ego. There's a deeper part of you, your soul, that's trying to be expressed right now. But even those protector parts of you that keep you safe, that make you feel strong, that still limits you. That still disempowers you, because it's capped. Your soul, your higher self, has infinite spiritual growth. But there's even that part of you that came from your ego, that's there to protect you, and it serves you, it serves a role in your identity. Maybe that has to dissolve too, and maybe that's what's being let go of right now, because I couldn't have evolved if I held on to those parts of me, or even just that part, because there would always be a part of me that felt weak, that felt insignificant, that didn't feel enough. And I had to use that part to try to get those feelings met, right? But it's almost like a facade. It's illusory because it's like synthetic strength. That's the best way to put it. There's a deeper reconnect. Again, that's why it's a deeper reconnection. There's a deeper strength that comes with that reconnection. But you gotta let go. Again, it's gonna cost you your lower self, your old self, if you want to evolve into this next phase, this next stage of your life. There's this quote that I love. The breakdown is the breakthrough in disguise. Cry it out. Do what you gotta do. Pull your hair, punch the wall. Let it out. There's a breakthrough coming. And it always comes at the right time. I forgot who this other quote was by. You always know what you need to know when you need to know it. Damn, is that true? Every single time. There's the time where I was trying to move out of my parents' house and it felt forever. I was this close. I had the money and it felt like forever. But I even gave up. I'm like, is this even going to happen? But I created an opportunity. I actually made an Instagram story about this today. I created an opportunity unknowingly to be able to move out. I went to this 4-day retreat in Sedona, Arizona. I drove there with my car, my luggage. If you've been following me, you know the story. But I saw after the 4-day retreat, I had a conversation with a buddy of mine that I met there. We were friends before the retreat. But we hung out, we met there, we started hanging out again. And he told me, why don't you move here? And I'm like, nah, there's no way. I'm not gonna move here. Like, I have my whole life in Chicago. Why would I move here? And I sat with it. For whatever reason, I sat with it and I decided to stay. And it was the most scary, yet the most powerful decision I've ever made. Because that changed the whole trajectory of my life. But the opportunity, I realized this was the opportunity. I created this unknowingly. And then I made the right decision at the right time. The same is going to happen for you. You're going to attract, or you're going to create an opportunity. You're going to know. You're just going to know. You're going to know this is it. I need to act now. This is the right choice. And you're going to do it. Right? Like, this is. But there's things being shifted. There's a process taking place, and maybe we might have been going through it for years. For me, it was a couple years, but this is what it looks like. This is how it goes, and you're finding your truth. I could, again, if the studio, my personal training studio didn't come crumbling down, maybe I would still be a trainer. I wouldn't be doing this. But I knew it was time to leave at the right opportunity, at the right time. I can tell you so many stories like this, but this is what happens. This is how you start finding yourself again. You got to be alone for a little bit. You got to start questioning who you are, your reality, your beliefs about yourself and what's possible for you. Do you believe you can be something great? Do you believe there's a higher purpose for you? Maybe you want to do what I'm doing. Maybe you just want to share and give back and help somebody that was in the position that you were a year ago, 2-3 years ago. The suffering always has a purpose. Can you find it? Find the gift. There's something here. Don't be a victim. You're not just in this place of your life to just feel pain and nothing else. Like, no, it comes with it. No, it's not. It's not what it's about. Where is it trying to lead you? There's something more here, and you're becoming more as well. So again, feeling lost is often the first step to finding your truth. Another thing, you must get radically honest about who you've become. Are you really happy with who you are? Do you like the way your life is going? I know when I was drinking half a bottle of Bombay every other day, I wasn't happy, but I was in denial. It's all right. It's not too bad here. A nice little comfortable hell, right? I had to find that strange heaven. You can't keep going the way you're going and expect things to just magically change. It's not how it works. Fortunately, unfortunately, you got to take some responsibility, my friend. What do you need to do? Do you need to get a job, right? Do you need to work on yourself? You need to heal yourself, inner work. What is it? You need to find a purpose. Again, if it was, I got cheated on at one point. This is when I was 22. I got cheated on. I was an alcoholic. I got a DUI. I have 2 slip discs. Life freaking hit. And I was just so lost. I felt so stuck in life. I didn't know where I was going. But all of that pain, it was like, come on. Like my higher self, the universe was like, come on. Hey, you're meant for more. Find a higher purpose. And I did. I bought a course. I ended up finding out, you know what, I wanted to be a personal trainer. And that's how I got started. I took the next logical step. That was one of the best things my mentor could have told me. What's the best use of my time right now? Or 2 things. What's the best use of my time right now? And what's the next logical step? For me, I want to be a trainer. I need to get certified. So I went to school to get certified. Well, I got a diploma, and in that process of living this new purpose, I found my business partner at the school that I went to. You can't make this shit up. This is how it works when you're living your purpose, right? When you're on your path, this is what happens. You meet the right people, you get the right connections, things just lock in. Very synchronistic things start to happen. And that's what's coming for you. Sometimes it's a waiting period and you got to see, right? What's the next step? But ultimately, you're finding yourself again. You're not losing yourself. You're finding yourself. You're remembering who you are, right? So you got to be radically honest. Who have you been trying to gain approval, success, or validation from as well? You got to look at that kind of stuff. Maybe it's your parents. Maybe it's family. It's all an inward journey back to being able to approve and validate yourself and know that you already are a success, that you already are valuable and accepted as you are now, and build off that. There's a very different frequency, a very different intention when you're trying to prove that you're enough and when you're just trying to find yourself. Very different. That's what happens, right? When you're trying to find yourself, there's an empowered energy behind what you're doing. There's a part of you that gets excited, that gets joyful, that wants to see where this path is taking you. And that's the energy you want to move off. Not trying to prove that you're enough, not trying to prove that you're valuable or worthy. What you want to do is just have the intention of walking the path to walk the path. Not for the accolades, not for the rewards, but to just walk it. Because you know it's your path to walk. Right? And when you go back, something you can do is go back to what made you feel alive. This is a great next step as well. What did you love as a child before the world told you who to be? What did you enjoy doing? Again, for me, it was working out. It just made sense to be a trainer. I loved it. And I would always listen to motivational speakers. What do you know? Here I am speaking, right? What you're listening to is always going to give you a little snippet of your purpose, of what you're being called towards, right? So look at that. What do you love to listen to for hours? What do you love talking about for hours? What do you listen to all the time, even just unknowingly? There's messages there. Maybe people come to you for help. You could be a coach. People look at you for higher guidance, for wisdom. There's something there to look at. What's a natural passion? It comes to you organically. You got to go out and experience stuff. This is the way you're going to find yourself right now. This again, it's a new version of you, but you're just peeling back all this old conditioning, these old patterns, and installing new ones. When you sit in the silence, the answers are trying to find you, right? Stop overcoming, stop forcing clarity, start listening. When you're doing a meditation, maybe there's a voice trying to tell you something. When you're on a walk, maybe there's a voice trying to whisper something. Hey, go listen to that. Go watch that video. Go get that course. Go listen to that person. They always come. The messages always come. But are you listening? Are you willing to change? If you're not willing to change, maybe it's just not enough pain right now and it needs to hurt more. And I remember the first coaching call I've ever had with my first mentor. He told me, I shared with him my situation, where I was going, and he told me, well, Roy, if you don't change this, right, drinking, doing stupid stuff, just not taking responsibility for my life, he said, get ready for the bang. I'm like, what do you mean? It's like, there's going to be a loud bang in your life, and it's going to interrupt everything that you got going on because you're not making the decision to change this. You're not taking ownership for this. And he was right. He was right. The bang happened, and for me, it was also leaving the studio. That was a huge part of the bang. But there was also a lot of unresolved traumas, beliefs, just stuff that I was unconsciously running from at that time as well. And if you're in a time of healing, I would strongly recommend that you do something to help you with that, whether it's therapy, working with a psychologist, working with a coach, getting a course to help you heal, because it's not going away. It's not going away. So there's something to look at, there's something to feel, and I promise you, you will never be confronted with something you cannot handle. Every time your spirit knows where to take you, it knows what it's time to look at and what it's not time to look at. There's nothing wrong with that. It's just whatever you're ready for, right? Like, this is the perfect time to create a new version, even if it's blurry at first. Like, who do you want to become? Just start there. What values, what beliefs what do you want to know about yourself, and have certainty and ground this in that this is who you are. Right? I used to believe that I was a fuck up. I used to believe that I was a failure. I used to believe that I was a loser. And I never really questioned that. It's just like, oh, it's the conditioning, right? And as I evolved and went through the spiritual awakening, and I had all this spiritual growth take place, went on my own healing journey, I realized that's not even who I am. Why would I accept that version of me that was given to me by past conditioning and societies and authority figures? I said, fuck that. I'm powerful. I'm amazing. I have a gift. I have wisdom. I have intelligence. I have resilience. I have grit. There is something in me that was born to be great. I didn't just accept that as my reality. Those limiting beliefs that made me feel like shit about myself, that made me feel like I had never accomplished anything in life. Why would you accept that while you're here? Now, many people are wasting their life right now. If you're watching this video, you got a chance, bro. You can be more. But are you willing to invest? I've invested over $40,000 into my own healing, into my own education, because I knew I deserved more. Maybe you do too. Put your money where your mouth is, man. Right? You could only tolerate who you used to be and these lower parts of yourself for so long before your higher self says enough is enough. You gotta grow. It's time. If you're watching this, you stand a chance, man. Don't let it go to waste. If you really feel you're not who you could be right now, Start taking the next logical step. What is it? Who do you want to become? Who is the real you without these fears, without these limitations? This is how you start to find yourself again and change your life. Do you really want to change your life? What's one new thing you can learn every day? That's all when I first started this stuff, that's all I did. I turned on the YouTube video the next morning after I made the decision that this was not going to be the rest of my life, drinking and partying and being a freaking loser. I made the decision. I'm going to learn one new thing every day to change my life. Next day I woke up. I came across this video on YouTube titled Why I Have No Friends. I lost all my friends at that time too. And got cheated on, bro. That new decision that I wasn't just going to let this version of me be me the rest of my life. It led me to that video. It led me to personal development. And I kept just learning one new thing. I found a mentor, right? That was that video, the person who created that video, Why I Have No Friends, that was my first mentor. And I just learned and I took notes and I went through his course and I got his audio books, his ebooks. I took every piece of information that I could learn from him. And I used it. I didn't just learn. I used the freaking material and it changed the whole trajectory of my life. Because I was so fed up. You gotta be at that point. I was so fed up of feeling a certain way about myself. Of feeling like I had no purpose. Of feeling like nothing. Like I was worth nothing. And sometimes you gotta go through that, to those depths and crawl out. To see who you really are, to find yourself. It's painful, right? And it's not easy. But if you're willing to walk that path, you're gonna see yourself do things that you never even thought was possible for you. And I can get emotional just talking about that because I never thought I'd be doing this stuff. I was working at UPS. Working job to job, just drinking on the weekend. I didn't care. I didn't care about my health. I messed up my adrenal glands, my thyroid, in the process of early on because I was just drinking and eating like crap. But I'm telling you, you can use this time wisely. You don't have to just complain or say why me or be a victim and like I did for a certain period of time. You can use this. You can use this time right now, just like I did as well, right? You can go both ways, but as you're creating this new version of yourself, you're going to change your life one small decision at a time. It's one choice at a time. Making choices that empower you, that help you grow, that enable you to become more self-aware. It's gonna help you see who you actually are, remember who you are. Those are the choices you're gonna make that are in alignment with your values, with your new beliefs about who you are, who you want to be, who you could be. Those are the choices that you need to make. You can forgive the old self so you can create a new one. Maybe there's parts of you that you hate, or you find it hard to forgive that version of you, those parts of you, because of what happened. For a while I was so upset at myself for giving myself adrenal fatigue. I was drinking heavily. I was consuming a ton of stimulants. A lot of caffeine, pre-workouts, and I gave myself adrenal fatigue, and I was so angry at myself for a long time. But I realized I didn't know any better, and I had to hold compassion and love and forgiveness for that version of me, because he was trying to run, he was trying to escape, he was trying to avoid certain traumas, beliefs about himself. And he just didn't know. He didn't know what he was doing to himself. Maybe right now you don't know. Right? But maybe this could be a little snap back to reality. What are you doing to yourself, man? You gotta wake up. If you're doing stuff you know you shouldn't be doing, you're smoking a little too much, drinking a little too much, what are you running from? Come on. Better than that. You know who you are, right? But you gotta forgive. Maybe you need to forgive this version of you right now. Like, you're doing your best. You're trying. The fact that you're even watching this video, bro, it says a lot. You want to be better. Right? So to do something, go to the gym, do something. It's gonna empower you. It's gonna make you feel like, yeah, I'm the fucking one. As what's his name, Lil Baby or D Baby says, that rapper, I'm him. You're him. You're the one. You're the chosen one. Step up, act like it. Right? Do the healing work. Make the moves you gotta make to build a better life, to be better. Don't settle for a mediocre life. There's too many people already doing that. At least give yourself a chance, bro. Right? But last but not least, you want to build practices that reconnect you to your power. Morning rituals, movement, breath work, mentorships, shadow work. What's going to help you feel like you're in your power? For me, I loved coaching. That's why I offer coaching as well. If you want to learn more about that, go ahead and view the link in my description. There's also a free resource in there and a course that I offer as well to help you. However you learn best. It doesn't have to be from me. Just get something. Equip yourself, right? Equip yourself with the right knowledge that makes you remember how powerful you are. That makes you feel like you can do anything. Like you can stand on business, right? Like whatever you need to listen to, whatever you need to digest to get you in that state, right? To get you in that place of clarity, that energy that you can do anything. Because when you get to that state, you'll be able, you're priming yourself. You're priming yourself to be able to make the right choices, and you're giving yourself the clarity that you need, because you'll be able to trust yourself more in those states. And the clarity is going to come in. Go for a walk. Go work out. Right now I'm doing a little bit of boxing. I feel amazing after that. I feel confident. I feel strong. I feel like myself. And even you'd be surprised, through sports. Again, for me, for boxing, I've been finding myself through that. I've been changing my life through that. You'd be surprised. So what's the next logical thing? Maybe it's something you've been putting off. You got to go somewhere. You feel a call toward a city or a place, or that retreat. It could be a retreat for you too. Whatever it is. Trust your path. Trust that this is where you need to be. It's where you need to go. And take the leap. Take the leap, my friend. Right? But just to finish up this video, you're not lost. You're being called back home to yourself. You're finding you. Behind all the BS. Behind all this trauma, this limiting lens, limiting perception about yourself. Coming back home. And once you land, once you arrive, now the party's really getting started. But you're going to have a whole new foundation to take off from. That's how it goes. That's how it goes, and it takes time. It's a process, but it's yours. No one can take that away from you. The strength, the grit, the resilience, the dedication, the commitment that you're creating right now, it's going to help you for the rest of your life. You're gonna tap back into these moments, and you're gonna use them. You're gonna say, how did I ever think lower of myself? Look at what I just made it out of. Right? You're not here just to survive this phase. You're here to transform through it. And I invite you to choose one new thing today that's gonna help you reclaim your power. Comment down below. What's an action step? Maybe, again, just learning you're going to commit to learning one new thing for 30 days. But I need you to reclaim your power. I need you to come back home. That part of you that you can trust, your higher self, your powerful self, is taking you somewhere. Let it lead. If you do, and you trust where you're at, you know there's a higher reason for it all, it's going to take you to exactly where you need to be. But don't fight your own expansion. The more you resist where you're at, it's going to be a lot harder to accept this whole experience. It's all okay. Lean into it. Embrace it right now. What, right? Like there's no need to fight it. Enjoy this process as much as you can. And if you're saying, well, Roy, I'm miserable right now. I hate this. I hear you. I hear you. But what can you do that will make you feel just a little bit better? Right? It's not about resisting this reality. It's about creating a new reality while you're in here. And the more energy you feed into a new reality, the more this old one is going to start to dissolve and leave. How do you create a new reality? You build a new you, my friend. Rebuild yourself better, stronger, wiser. Do activities, do new activities that are going to equip you with this kind of stuff. For me, it's boxing. For me, it's working out. Try new stuff. You're going to grow. You're going to learn. And please, again, use what you heard in this video. Do something with it. Again, comment down below what's something that you're going to do, an action step that you're going to do to reclaim your power. I'd love to know. Catch you next time. If you haven't checked out my products, my stuff, go ahead, view the link in my description. It's going to help you tremendously to go deeper into this transformational journey that you're in, to find yourself again. It's going to help you go deeper into everything that you're going on right now. When it will accelerate, especially my course, Courage Unleashed, it will accelerate this process for you. You're going to understand a lot that you didn't understand before going into the course. And if you want to work one-on-one with me, you can find the link in my description as well. I would love to talk to you for an hour, work with you for an hour. There's so many processes and healing modalities that I use, and just have like an arsenal, that I've acquired over the last 6 years. And every session is customized, it's different because you're different. And I know exactly what to use. I tap in, know exactly what to use to help you. But, right, if it's time to invest in yourself, this is for you. If not, no worries. Keep watching the videos. They're going to help you regardless. Don't forget to like, subscribe, comment, all that fun stuff. Until next time, keep believing in yourself.